I'm gonna be King Ranch swapping my lifted mower today. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys where you can get your hands on this upholstery, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it step by step. And the way that I did it may be controversial to some people, but hey, it works. So whether you're looking to do this on your own project or you're just here following our build, make sure you guys stick around to the very end for the final results because it's gonna be very interesting to say the least.
Honestly, that does not look too bad.
So before we can even get started on the upholstery, we're gonna call around, see if we can find ourselves a seat to reupholster our old one because it does not look very good in the shape that it's in. And if we can't find one, then we're gonna make do with what we have. And I think I have a plan just for that, but we're gonna go ahead and call around real quick. I've already texted quite a few people. Nobody really has any. So this last place I'm about to call is kind of my last resort before I kind of work with what I got. Hey, I was calling to see if you guys got, by chance, any mower seats for sale.
Mowers for sale? No.
Oh, no, sorry, like a mower seat. I don't know if you guys had like a parts laying around as far as a mower seat.
A seat for what?
It can be literally just anything as long as it's in good condition. I'm gonna put it like on a racing mower. That's a project that I have.
I have some seats. You can come down here and see what we got.
Just come down there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yep, bye.
You just got to come down and see what we got. Like, do you have one, yes or no? Like, whatever. So that phone call didn't really go great, so we're just going to work with what you have. I've texted multiple different people on Facebook Marketplace, I've Googled places, and because it's mower season, it's super busy, and I think that's why I'm having so much of an issue trying to even find one. Not long ago, I was finding mowers like $50 non-running or whatever, so I was just going to buy a whole mower if I needed to, but I think at the point where I'm at, we're just going to go buy some supplies and we're going to make our ugly seat work, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that.
So we came down to good old Hobby Lobby, and the good thing about it is they got like a whole bunch of different fabrics and stuff like that. Like they got this little cow print, black alligator, more cow print stuff. That would actually look kind of sick on a headliner, and all this other different types. But what I was looking for was over here on this side. And then I like this like floral cowboy stuff, and that's what we got, but like in brown. So this is what our seat is gonna consist of. It's pretty close to the brown we have. It's not gonna be quite spot on, but it's gonna be close enough. And the crazy thing, it was only $10. It was almost a full yard, not quite, so I took like the last bit that they had. So we're gonna see if we can make this work. We should, but the only thing is this doesn't leave any room for a mess up. So we're gonna grab just one more thing on our parts list and then get back home and start working on our King Ranch swap. So now that we are back home, this is what I got. It was 3 yards, which looks like it's gonna be plenty, and it is just a slight shade off of this, but this was just the lightest stuff that they had. Now, what I'm gonna do to fill in all those gaps is some foam spray. So I saw a YouTube video where a guy was filling it in and then he cuts off the excess. This one's really, really bad. You can just see a bunch of pieces missing. So what I'm gonna do is try and fill in all these gaps, smooth it out as best as I can. I don't know, sand it or something. I don't know. We're just gonna wing it at this point, try and make it look as best as possible. If it looks kind of janky, whatever. I mean, it is a motor build, but I think it's gonna look decent. And I think with this extra stuff that I have, I'll probably end up redoing some of this stuff that I have on here so it matches more of the look that's on the mower. So make sure you guys stick around for the entire video because this can be definitely used on multiple different projects, especially if you got something like this at home and you're looking to fill in the gaps. So I'm gonna try and give you guys any tips and tricks that I find along the way. And we're gonna start by removing anything loose like this that's hanging off of it and start our process. So the main reason that we're even doing this is because I know there's gonna be imperfections and I want there to be less imperfections visible whenever I lay over the new wrap that we have going on top of the seat. And after we've removed all these loose pieces, I went ahead and put on gloves because this stuff we're about to use is very sticky and it's messy and I hate getting it off my fingers. Now the YouTube video that I watched, a guy used this on his mower seat, so I'm crossing my fingers and I'm spreading it with this little squeegee, hoping that it'll fill in all the cracks. But the thing that I did find out is it's very difficult to really push around. It's just one of those things that you spray, let it harden over time, and it's just really not meant to be spread. So we've given it a little bit of time to set, and I'm going to show you this monstrosity that we've created. So it is fully bubbled out. I built this up quite a bit because I'm hoping that I can just like shave the edges
and create kind of a new body line. Same thing on the top, and this expanded a lot more than what I thought, so I did go and get 2 more just in case. I'm thinking we might just need 1 more to fill the rest of this, but we're just going to start shaving it down and kind of see how it goes from there, because I almost kind of regret not just buying a seat and reupholstering that. It's a little more work, but we're going to see where this goes. And honestly, the key with this is make it as thick as possible as you can, because this just allows you to have more to play with and cut it down and shave it, making it conform to the shape of the original seat. I would highly recommend getting yourself a little tool just like this one I've posted, because using a box knife can only cut so far and it doesn't really allow you to cut through it so easily. This little saw kind of helps you actually cut out individual pieces. Especially with a longer blade, you're able to cover a larger area. This blade only reaches like 1 inch or so, so it was just a bunch of small cuts over and over, and it got very time consuming. But luckily I had one of these little saw things laying around. Although it wasn't the biggest, it did the job and helped a lot more than a box cutter. And just like that, bam, we have a brand new chair. I mean, is it the best? Definitely not. But I'm gonna end up doing this chair and just get a new one completely. But because we're already so far into it, I really want to see how it turns out. Now, in anything I've ever done, like wrap and everything, like it needs to be very smooth. There can't be any imperfections whatsoever, because then they'll show up underneath this. So I'm just gonna go ahead, throw it on there. I'm gonna clean up some of this because I did tear up some of it when I was getting into it, especially this side. I actually lifted a huge piece here. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of foam, fill this back in, let it dry, and then go through. But I mean, overall, like, it's really not the worst job. Like, this would definitely get someone by if they were just being super cheap. But then again, I spent $20 on foam in like an hour doing this, whereas you can probably just go find a used one, make it work, and they usually sell the seats for like 25 bucks. But I kind of want to just challenge myself on this install. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of foam here where I got too close and actually slice that, fill in right there on this edge, and then just a few holes like this. Then we'll start wrapping. So because I'm gonna completely tear this apart and redo it again, bro, I have some caulk laying around, and I wouldn't be Mexican if I didn't use caulk to fix all my stuff. So what we did is we used some of this stuff here to fill in all of our holes and smooth her out. And the good thing about that is when I lay my liner over it, I think it'll help grab a little bit. I don't know, we'll see, but that's what we ended up doing. I just like squeegeed it across all there. I got some of those holes to fill up because it was just a bunch of pinholes, and this actually worked out really nice to fill in a bunch of these like little crevices. So I'll show you like how I'm spreading this stuff out. It's freaking hilarious, actually. So honestly, this caulking worked like wonders because there was so many little holes and just spots all over that this filled it in so nicely, especially if you just spray it very lightly with water. You can spread it so easily and it leaves a nice even finish. And I feel like, I'm not sure, that it's gonna help the wrap stick to the seat even better, because once this stuff starts to get dry, it gets a little bit tacky and sticky. And after we got our professional caulking job done, we started wrapping it, and honestly, this wasn't too difficult. It's just a little bit of time consuming, but honestly, it went pretty smooth for the most part. Although, because I'm not a professional, I did have to do it in 2 pieces because I just couldn't quite get that middle crevice to conform nicely to the chair. So we did this in 2-piece, and I'll show you guys the results. It actually didn't come out too bad. And I forgot to add, we didn't even end up putting a second coat of foam. We just ended up using that caulking for our second layer because that honestly filled in all the holes that we needed it filled. All right, so we pulled the King Ranch mower out of the garage, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the daylight. And this is what you call one of those 10-foot paint jobs. It's not the best, definitely, and I can't wait to actually redo it, but I also learned a lot of things on it, and I mean, it's all right for a mower. So here we have it. The color is a lot more off than the other stuff, and I think what I'm gonna do between now and that truck show, I'm actually gonna redo this, the handles and everything on here to match more of the seat, because the seat completely throws the look off from this. But you know, you start getting close to it, especially in the daylight, you're gonna see these wrinkles right here. And I think this is probably one of the worst spots. So from there to here, it almost kind of looks camo in the video. I almost wish I would have gone maybe just with this plain brown. This looked a lot cooler, and you're not really gonna notice all this fancy stuff until you're kind of right up on it. Just like how your eyes distort it. It almost looks like cheetah print or black or camo or something from a distance. But I mean, overall, we did a pretty decent job. Is it the best job? Definitely not. Is our first job? Yes. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for completely rigging this up and making it work. It's a lot better than what I had, because that seat was just completely soaked. It would barely even drizzle, and that thing would just soak it up like a sponge. So this should kind of help with it. Now this,
I'm sure is not waterproof, but with that caulking that I use underneath it, it actually should technically make it a little more waterproof. But I mean, it adds a nice little touch to the lifted mower, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out for the most part. One good thing about all these patterns is you almost can't even see this. I did this in 2 sections because it did not want to conform to the shape. So you have to get kind of right up on it, and you can see like the second overlay or the crease or whatever. And you mainly kind of see it more or less right here. But like, honestly, this is just 2 feet away and I can't even see it with the naked eye, barely. You can kind of see it there, but that's really it. So honestly, it came out pretty decent. But I don't know, I want you guys to tell me down below in the comments, what do you think? Is this country, or do you think we should have gone with another color? I know they had a whole bunch of different colors at Hobby Lobby, so maybe we'll just test that out on another set. But I'm pretty excited to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments. And if you guys made it this far, make sure you guys comment down below finish so that I know you made it all the way to the end. And if you guys have any more ideas for my country rig, drop them down below because I'd love to hear any ideas that you have for this country rig. And I think it'd be fun to incorporate some of your guys' ideas, because after all, you guys are here with me as I build this thing from the ground up too. We're gonna call it a day. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video. It's always fun showing you guys my little behind the scenes projects. And don't forget that we upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn those notifications on, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.